Hi everyone, I am back with another video. This is the November Thanksgiving Mickey and Minnie card for the series for 2021. Yeah, let's just get into making the card. So I'm just using the black Recollections cardstock for my card bases. And you're going to cut this to 5.5 by 11. And we're going to do some scoring. So I am using my Stampin' Up! Trimmer here because I can score and cut with it. So if you guys don't have one or you don't know about the Stampin' Up! Ones, I used to be a demonstrator. I am no longer, but I do have a lot of stuff still. So this trimmer is perfect. It's got the score blade, which is your gray one, and then it's got your cutting blade, which is the darker kind of brownish gray. Yeah, as far as I know, these are still available. They could have changed them up, made them a little different. I don't know. Okay, so on our 11-inch side, we're going to go ahead and score at 2 15/16. So that is one little tiny tick mark before your 3 inches. So 2 15/16 there. Make sure it's straight. Okay, we're going to go score there. We're going to move this down to 7. And score there. So that's all of our scoring. We are going to cut in a minute. So you're going to take flip it over, your score marks. Should look like that. I have 2 of them. And we're going to fold our larger end in, then the smaller end over. Just like that. Okay, so now you should have something that looks like that. Now with a pencil, we're going to go ahead and mark where this lines up here. And so we're just going to put a pencil mark like that. Then we're going to undo this. And on the larger end here, where the pencil mark is, going to line up your 5.5-inch side, and you're going to cut down to that pencil mark. We're going to line this up at 2.5, and cut down to the pencil mark, which is roughly the 3 1/8 inch on your ruler on this side. Alright, we are done with that. So go ahead and erase my pencil mark here. Alright, so now we have the base of the card. The larger end's going to go in, and then the smaller end is going to be tucked inside of there. So there's the gist of the card. Now we're going to go ahead and start doing our papers. So I always do the inside panels first, if you haven't watched any of the previous videos. And I've got 2 cut at 2 3/4 by 5 3/8. And I do the same prints for both the inside and outside. This is from a paper pad from the Paper Studio, which is in the supply video as well. And it's called 4 Seasons and Everything in Between 2. It's the second one that came out, which I've not been able to find again. It was available for a while online, in stores. I haven't found it. I know a lot of you out there watching this series haven't been able to find it either. Don't really know what happened to it. You can use the first one. You can use any seasonal papers you have. There's a lot of them out there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put this on this panel over here. I'm a little late getting this card posted. I've had a lot going on with holidays coming up. I have lots of birthdays in October and November, so yeah, a little distracted. Alright, now we're going to do our top panel here, and that one is cut at 3 7/8 by 2 3/8. And again, you're going to need 2 pieces of that. Go ahead and get this one down. I can't believe it's already the end of October. November's coming. This year's almost over. Okay, so we're just going to center this on the top panel here. Like so. And then our bottom panel here is going to be 3 7/8 by 2 7/8. Again, 2 pieces of that. Alright. Put this one down here. There we have our inside panels. We're going to do our message mat in the center, which is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. And this is very vanilla from Stampin' Up. There's no white on this paper, so I did not want to put a white mat inside. And then my mat is Sahara Sand, and it is, oops, I just took the thing off for you guys, 3 7/8, whoops, yeah, 3 7/8 by 5 3/8. If I said the other one wrong, I think I did. This one is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. That's the message mat. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and layer these together. I think when I gave you the dimensions for the message mat, I was looking at the mat behind it instead. So I do apologize. Okay, so we're just going to center this on here. That. Go ahead and attach this to the center of the card. Alright. Pop this right in the middle here. Alright, there we have the inside of the card. Alright, now we are going to do a little bit of stamping right here on the inside. And I am using the Sahara Sand for the inside. And it comes from the Lawn Fawn Plan On It Holidays. So I'm using the little turkey, and then Thanksgiving will be on the outside. Alright, put my little turkey down here. There we go. Got the little turkey. Give that a second to dry. We'll put this aside. We're going to flip this over and do our outside panels. These cards are actually pretty quick when you're doing a few of them at a time. Alright, now our top panel. Okay, and make sure your pumpkins are not upside down, or whatever paper you're using, make sure you put it, if it's directional, you want it to face the correct direction. I've put papers upside down a few times. I think we, as crafters, have all been guilty of that. Not paying attention, just kind of in your groove. It does kind of suck sometimes trying to pull it back up and stick it back down. Alright, so here's the bottom. Alright, so we've got all of our mats done. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just fold this up. So that's what the card will look like. Now we're going to do the outside. And for the outside, going to take my little ticket here. This is from a retired die set called Tags and Labels from Stampin' Up! And I've just cut 2 different sizes out. This is the very vanilla. This is the black. I'm going to go ahead and layer these together real quick. Make sure this is centered. Always tends to move on me. Okay, so there's my little sentiment mat pretty much. If you don't have these dies, no worries. You can use whichever ones you do have that will fit in this little spot right here. Or you can put Mickey and Minnie up here and you can put a larger sentiment. It's completely up to you. You know, these cards can absolutely be modified. Now we're going to go ahead and stamp our Thanksgiving. We're going to do that in our archival basic black. Okay. There we go. So there we have Thanksgiving. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and glue our happy down, and this is from the Happy 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 add-on by Lawn Fawn. So you can get the stamp and the die. I went ahead and stamped in the basic black and then cut it out on, stamped on the Sahara sand and then cut it out. Okay, just going to line this up like so. I glue this flat down because my dimension is going to be Minnie's bow, so I don't want to have too much on the front. Alright, and I'm going to put my dimensionals on the back of this piece. I always forget to grab them. Alright. I use about 5 dimensionals on the back because I want this to sit and I don't want it to be super wonky, like, you know, moving around on my card. So I probably overdo on the dimensionals, but, you know, I always have. I just want it to be sturdy. Alright. Make sure Happy Thanksgiving is right side up, not upside down. We're just going to center this on this piece here and press down. So there we have Happy Thanksgiving. And now we're going to work on our Mickey and Minnie. So I just place them down, get the gist of where they need to be. We're going to glue them in place because, again, Minnie's bow is going to be our dimension. So we don't want too much, especially if you're going to mail them. Okay, let's get our Mickey. Technically it's 2 Mickey heads. We're going to turn one into Minnie with her bow. I'm not in the camera, am I? Alright. So there we have the Mickey heads. Now we're going to take our Sahara Sand bow, and this bow was made using an AliExpress die, which is in the supply video as well. Go ahead and glue this down. this Mickey head to turn it into a Minnie Mouse. I knew I got too much glue on that one. This Tombow glue does dry clear, but I don't leave it sitting there. Alright. Okay, we can go ahead and give this part of our bow a little bit of a fluff here. They do tend to flatten out a little. Alright, so there we've got a little bit of fluff on the bow, and I'm going to take a rhinestone. These rhinestones are, oh, where's my package? I can show you. I usually get these at my Scrapbook Expo, which I haven't been to in a couple years because it hasn't been here. Is at a booth called Want to Scrap, and I think these are literally $1 a piece, if I'm not mistaken. They do have a website, they do have a website, wanttoscrap.com, where I'm sure these are probably still available. I just haven't heard anything about any expos with COVID crap going on. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit of Tombow glue in the center of my bow, just to make sure that this little rhinestone does not come off, even though it does have an adhesive back. Alright, there we go. The November Happy Thanksgiving Mickey and Minnie card is complete. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I know it's been the only videos I've done this year, but like I said, I'm kind of toying with some ideas on different videos. I don't do a lot of card making. I don't do a ton of paper crafting, really. Gifts, you know, for people, things like that, but I think I lost a lot of the mojo for paper crafting. Not saying it's a bad thing, not saying I don't ever want to do it again, it's just not there. So I've been doing a lot of jewelry making and a ton with my planner stuff. So those would potentially be future videos if you guys are interested. Let me know in the comments. Not sure when it would start. But yeah, here's the completed card. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Thanks for sticking with me. Thank you so much for subscribing and watching and hanging out through my, you know, my missing period. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below, message me, whatever. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!